Hi, good morning. My name is Renee Fergola with Valley Regional High School. Here with the Middlesex Chamber of Commerce, part of the virtual career series. I'd like to introduce our guest speaker today, Valerie Zajac from ManesAndMotion, which is a therapeutic riding center. Thank you, Valerie. To you.
Hello, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and start with a presentation that will give you an overview of our organization. I am the volunteer coordinator at ManesAndMotion's Therapeutic Riding Center, which is located in Middletown. So I'm going to start with that. I'm happy to take questions at any point, and then I'll continue on to discuss my role as volunteer coordinator, discuss maybe different career paths that are connected with therapeutic riding. And also, again, any questions that you may have. So here we go. I'm going to see if I can get my, let's see. All right. Can everybody see that? If I can get, could I get some feedback on whether from the moderators, if you can see my screen?
I could see you, but nothing else.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh, here we go.
Okay, good. I can see that. Yeah.
Yay. Okay. So again, I am affiliated with ManesAndMotion's Therapeutic Riding Center, and we are a wholly owned subsidiary of Hospital for Special Care. And Hospital for Special Care is located in New Britain, and I'll get into our relationship with them shortly. So ManesAndMotion's mission is to provide benefits in the areas of therapy, education, sports, and recreation through equine assisted activities for the purpose of contributing positively to the well-being of individuals with physical, emotional, and developmental disabilities, and to do so in a safe, compassionate, and enjoyable environment. So some information about ManesAndMotion. We were founded in 1999 by Jerry Massey. It was her dream to develop an organization such as ManesAndMotion, although I'm not sure she anticipated it would be so successful. It was originally located in Kensington and then moved to Middletown in 2007. We are located here at the Daniels Farm Complex in Middletown off of, we're on Millbrook Road off of Randolph Road. In 2015, we expanded with a heated indoor arena and offices, which allows our program now to be year-round, which is amazing for us and our participants. We are a nonprofit 501c3, and we are a member of the Hospital for Special Care. So as I mentioned, we are a wholly owned subsidiary of Hospital for Special Care, and we are considered to be one of their departments. It's a really unique relationship, and as far as we know, we are the only therapeutic riding center that is directly affiliated with the hospital. So I have this great video about Hospital for Special Care that I'd like to share with you. However, it's not going to let me do that. Let's see if I can get that to work. Nope, never mind. Let's go back here. But I will just refer you to, if you go to YouTube and you search Hospital for Special Care, there's some great videos that describe their mission and the benefits that they provide to the community. They are located in New Britain, and they specialize in long-term care as well as short-term care of people who suffer brain injuries or other special needs related situations. So they're an incredible organization, and we actually get quite a number of references from them for participation. And also some of their employees are volunteers with us, which is great. So we are really excited about our relationship with Hospital for Special Care. We are led by the board of directors, and ManesAndMotions provides over 3,000 therapeutic sessions per year. There is a fee for the service, but we do subsidize over 2/3 of the cost, and we try really hard not to let financial need get in the way of participation. We do rely on over 150 volunteers to support all areas of the program. So the history of therapeutic riding and equine-assisted activities, we are shifting from calling it therapeutic riding more to equine-assisted activities because we are not technically a therapy. We do employ, a variety of therapeutic types of assistances, but we are moving more to it's a more specific description of equine-assisted activities. So in 1952, Liz Hartle won a bronze medal at the Helsinki Olympic Games and brought the attention of benefits of riding and in a therapeutic manner to the whole world. She would be considered a special Olympic participant or Paralympic Olympian now. So it became popular in Europe for children after polio. It was a great therapy for children that had suffered polio. And then it spread to North America in the 1960s. So equine-assisted activities now incorporates both mounted and unmounted activities and therapies. I need to find my ManesAndMotions programs and services. So we do offer therapeutic horseback riding, unmounted horsemanship, which can be anything. So a participant will engage with horses on the ground, so they're not riding, and they learn everything from just understanding how to be around them, observing them, learning to communicate with horses, touching horses. For some participants, the sensory information can be really important for them and very special. They also, depending on their abilities, can learn to lead the horses and to work with our horses on the ground through obstacle courses. So it's a wonderful way to develop a relationship with participants and horses, unmounted or riding. We do have equine assisted learning, which is focusing on life skills. We also have an integrated summer camp session, which integrates special needs and able-bodied children together in one camp. Unfortunately, it is on hold until we're clear through COVID, but it's a wonderful program as well. And we do have specialty programs for groups and families, and we offer field trips for individuals or groups as well. So we're also governed by PATH International. So in addition to our relationship with Hospital for Special Care, we work with Professional Association of Therapeutic Horsemanship International. We are a PATH certified facility, and all of our instructors are PATH certified. So PATH is a professional organization that provides standards and guidelines to promote safe, quality services. So they sort of oversee all of our processes. Their mission is to change and enrich lives by promoting excellence in equine-assisted activities, and they hold members accountable to the standards developed to ensure safety and excellence. They have an incredible website at pathinternational.org, and I would encourage you to check them out as well. Also, they have really great descriptions of career paths if you're interested in becoming a certified instructor or have more questions about different opportunities through PATH. So we serve children and adults with physical, developmental, or emotional needs over the age of 4. We do get referrals from families, schools, and health providers. There is an assessment that's conducted before participation, and each participant has an individual riding plan and specific goals. Lessons are either private or they're groups. We do keep our groups very small. We don't have more than 3 riders at a time in a group lesson. And activities include exercises, skill development, games on horseback, trail rides, and more. We serve people with cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, ADD, multiple sclerosis, post-stroke or traumatic brain injury, people that have cognitive and learning disabilities, schizophrenia, anxiety, trauma, or depression. Some of our participants have hearing or visual challenges, and we do also serve a veteran population as well. So here's a great picture. This is an example of what our classes look like. So the person on the horse is the participant. The horse is part of the team as well. The person leading the horse is a horse leader. That's a volunteer. And then each of the people on the sides that you can see, there are sidewalkers, and they are also volunteers. The instructor is actually out of the frame, but that's who the participant is gesturing towards. So we would consider this whole piece plus the instructor a team. And so when we work with volunteers and participants, we talk about being part of a team. This is another example of unmounted experience with horses and participants. And there's a picture of one of our therapy horses, Duncan, with a participant, and that's in our beautiful indoor. So the benefits of equine-assisted activities are physical. The movement of the horse helps with balance, strength, and muscle tone. There's a significant sensory input that is provided, if you can imagine all of the different things that a participant may experience when they're riding a horse or touching a horse or just being in the barn environment. There's a lot to take in. It's an emotional connection between horses and humans. It builds confidence, promotes empathy and compassion. There's a social piece, so participants experience social interaction between staff, peers, and volunteers, and also horses. It's educational, so it reinforces learning goals and helps people develop new skills as well. And behavioral benefits are things that people can practice positive behaviors in a supportive environment. Our volunteers, so we do have over 150 volunteers per week to help us run program. We cannot run program without our volunteers. They are integral to the success of our program. They contributed over 15,000 hours last year. They assist as horse leaders and sidewalkers, as I mentioned, also provide barn support and horse buddy. So we have a buddy program where people learn to interact with our horses on the ground and just provide grooming and massage and interaction that has nothing to do with being in program. So it's a nice relaxing time for the people and the horses involved. Office and facility maintenance, special events and fundraisers, and special skills. So special skills would be that if someone had experience writing grants or maybe some specific IT experience, we're open-minded to having them help in a way that is meaningful to them and also brings their experience to the table. So the benefits of volunteering, you become part of a positive, supportive, and caring community. You get to learn new skills and gain practical experience. And students can explore career opportunities. So volunteering with an organization is a great way to find out if you may want to follow that career path. It will help you explore the organization and maybe the different careers that are taking place there. And it helps you fulfill community service and intern requirements. Just 1 hour per week is a minimum commitment that's required. Here are some of our equine friends. So a therapy horse is a really special kind of horse. They tend to be middle-aged and older. So most of our horses, I think the youngest horse we have now is 10. So all of our horses are age 10 and up. And they tend to be a variety of breeds. All of our horses range between 15 and 16 hands and are more full-bodied typically because that's easier for people to sit on. And they have to be very tolerant, calm, and of course they're so generous because horses are very generous, but it does take a special kind of horse to be a therapy horse. And that's discussed here in this list as well. It's important that they're in good health, that they're patient and well-trained. They do all go through a trial and training period when they first get to ManesAndMotions. It's about 3 weeks long. And we want to make sure that they're really going to fit into program and like their new job as a therapy horse and be successful at it. Only a small percentage make the cut, and we do provide them with excellent care. They're such an important part of what we do here, so they're very valued. So we need you. We need people to volunteer to offer unrestricted donations. We do have a ridership fund you can donate to. We have fundraisers throughout the year that you can keep an eye out for and attend. And we do often have wish list purchases as well. So that is the information about ManesAndMotions. And I can tell you a little bit about my work as well, but I want to see if there are any questions before I move on. I have to stop sharing. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to continue, and feel free to jump in with questions if you have them. Oh, wait, it looks like there might be a chat. It says, what type of careers could someone get into and what type of education is needed? So for therapeutic organizations, writing organizations, one of the jobs is volunteer coordinator, and that's my position. As far as education is needed, it varies. It depends on what your focus is. So for someone like myself as volunteer coordinator, I would recommend college courses that focus on business management or human resources. There are actually now some great programs in the country for volunteer engagement specifically. Northwestern University is one of the top schools for volunteer engagement and nonprofit management. It's becoming a new, it's getting new recognition, I guess, as a career. So it's a really exciting time actually to be in volunteer engagement. I myself had 30 years of professional experience in the horse industry. And so I come primarily with horse related experience. And then I was also a retail manager. So I've managed small and large teams before, and that experience has really helped me to understand how to work with volunteers, how to manage people. And then the horse piece is important because since I do have the horse experience, I'm able to train volunteers confidently and competently so that they can be safe around the horses. As far as some of the other career roles that we have here, PATH certified instructors, our instructors are a really eclectic group of people. I would say that all are welcome in the therapeutic riding environment, which is really exciting. So, you can take a college track that makes sense to you, that enlivens you and motivates you, and you can probably find a place to apply it in therapeutic riding. However, I would say that occupational therapy, physical therapy, any type of licensed therapy, emotional work, those kinds of things would be important if you wanted to become an instructor or work in a therapeutic riding environment. Or you could also be an occupational therapist that assists through hippotherapy within an organization that does more of that type of therapeutic riding. The instructors also need to have a significant amount of horse experience. So if you have an interest in therapeutic riding center, I would also recommend studying equine science and learning how to instruct people and working around horses. We do work with different disciplines. So we have a multidiscipline saddles and tack, and our horses don't specifically only work in one type of discipline. So we have Western and English and dressage here. And so you can choose the discipline that is most meaningful to you, and your experience will definitely benefit being a therapeutic instructor. As far as a program coordinator, our program coordinator is a certified instructor as well, and also has a hospital administrative experience. So again, if you're looking for more of an administrative role, business career path is always a good option, because then you can sort of expand on that and be creative with it. We offer, so for internships, we offered a couple different kinds of internships. One opportunity is if you decide that you would like to become a certified PATH instructor and you are on your way, you can contact us and become a volunteer with our organization, and we will ensure that you get the volunteer hours that you need to complete your certification. And that can look like you may be trained as a sidewalker, as a horse leader, and then have also the opportunity to teach in our environment, again, so that you can get your teaching hours and volunteer hours that are required for that internship. We also have volunteer internships. Currently, we have an intern working with us. She's a student at UConn, and she has developed a really exciting program through social media. So ManesAndMotions has not had a significant social media presence. And so we're really excited she's been able to partner with the hospital's marketing department and has started a social media initiative, and is also helping me develop a young adult mentor team. So that's a really exciting opportunity. And basically, she contacted us to become a volunteer, and through discussion and finding out what she was interested in, we determined that the internship would be a great role. So interns typically will train just like other volunteers, but we try to train them for multiple roles and have exposure in multiple areas. So all of our volunteers start as sidewalkers, which is a 2-hour orientation. And that teaches you about our organization, our safety policies. And then there's a hands-on portion where you learn the different physical supports, emotional supports, and we put you in kind of a simulated class environment. From there, if you have horse experience, you can train to be a horse leader, and then you would lead horses in program. We also have office roles, barn support roles, as mentioned in the PowerPoint. So there's a lot of different opportunities that way. There's another question. What would you recommend for students interested in animal-assisted therapy careers but do not have equestrian experience? Again, I think equine science programs are fantastic because anyone is welcome. You can go to college and never have touched a horse in your lifetime and start as a beginner and get a really good base of knowledge and lots of experience at a good program. I know UConn has a great equine science program. Post University has one. There's a lot throughout the country, so you can pretty much find one wherever you'd like to go to school. And if you're interested in other types of animal-assisted therapy, I think I would then recommend, again, having a therapy background. So maybe that's occupational therapy. It might be more of a licensed therapist working with emotional types of therapy, and then learn the animal piece. So I think there are different ways to combine those experiences. And again, so our intern from UConn is actually interested in that very thing. She'd like to start her own animal-assisted therapy organization with maybe different types of animals included. So she wanted to learn how an organization like ours is run. So volunteering and internships, I think, are huge as far as being able to explore it. And you may find it's not for you, but you're going to have a really rewarding experience and have a lot of fun along the way and learn about what's available to you. Are most jobs 9 to 5 or do they vary? So I can tell you my job, so we're a nonprofit and all of our staff, we have a very small core staff and we all wear multiple hats. So I'm a barn assistant 4 days a week in the morning, which means I spend 3 hours in the barn and I care for the horses. So I feed them, I clean paddocks, I do first aid care. I help organize. We have a lot of areas of organization so that everybody knows where horses are located and what's happening with turnout requirements and things like that. So I do that in the morning, and that starts at 7:30 for me. And then I start my volunteer coordinator role at 10:30. And right now that's a part-time position. And so I work until 3:30 most days, 5 days a week. So it's a great mix. It's full-time hours, but it's really varied work, which is perfect for me. Path instructors are typically independent contractors and can work anywhere from part-time to full-time hours. Our program coordinator is full-time, and we have an equine specialist, which I apologize I didn't mention before. She is also a certified path instructor, and she is certified through PATH as an equine specialist. So her job is to manage our herd with their behavioral and training needs. She kind of oversees. It's a very holistic approach to keeping the horses healthy. She helps make sure that they're trained for program and that we address any issues that might come up. And her job is full-time. I think it depends on what kind of an organization you get into. Nonprofits have a lot of financial restrictions, so you have to be flexible. But I think if you are creative and you're interested in this industry, you can kind of piece together the different pieces. If you put together your horse experience with your instructor role, you're most likely going to be able to make it a full-time experience. do you have any other therapy animals on premise, dogs, etc.? We do not. It's actually against our safety protocol to have other animals on our property. So we don't allow dogs to visit. We don't bring therapy dogs in. It's just not part of. It's actually part of the path requirements that just the horses are here on our property. So I think if you were going to run a therapeutic, animal assisted therapy, and you were going to offer multiple animals in that experience, that would be a really interesting thing to look into as to what sorts of organizations could help you put that together and give you a model for what that would look like, because I can foresee there might be issues with mixing different types of animals in the same environment. But we just have horses here. So my role as volunteer coordinator focuses on organization. So I schedule all the volunteers, and also engagement. So it's my job to recruit volunteers by putting out media marketing. We have an online presence also through Hospital for Special Care, so you can apply online and look at our information that way. We also have outreach events that we attend. So we go to we went to the Yukon Horse Symposium in March. We do different outreach programs in the community to make sure that people know that we're here, and that we are looking for volunteers. And then I recruit the volunteers. There's a interview process, screening process. So we have a whole onboarding process that we've developed to make sure that we can determine whether it's going to be a really good fit. Part of my job includes maintaining the integrity of the organization by pulling in people that reflect our values and are willing to work through our methods to make sure that we offer a really consistent, safe, positive experience for everybody, for participants, volunteers, staff, horses, everybody that's involved. And then once we've determined it's a good fit, we schedule for training. I also do training as well. So I will do the orientations and also the horse leader trainings. And then we schedule the volunteers. So we ideally try to find a participant that's going to match that volunteer. We have volunteers that have amazing experiences. We have people with PhDs in educational leadership. We have people that are retired physical therapists. We have younger people like those that might be watching this that have done work with unified sports or are just really interested in our model or love horses or want to be outside. And so we have lots of different people with lots of different expectations and also different skills to bring to the table. So we try to pair them with the team that's going to bring the most out of the volunteer and also bring value to the team and the participant. So once we get you in the schedule, then it's also my job to provide ongoing support. So continuing education, helping troubleshoot, problem solve as we go through our day, and also making sure that you're fulfilled as a volunteer, that the volunteers feel valued and they're getting what they want out of the experience. So retainment, which is a big umbrella, but also includes appreciation events. So we get to schedule parties and we do giveaways and raffles. I send out birthday cards every month to those with birthdays. So there's some fun human resources piece side to it as well. Another question is, any high school or college class you might recommend if someone was interested in this career? So if you're interested in specifically volunteer engagement, I think that management classes are really useful, especially when you get to the college level. There are so many creative management classes where you can learn a lot about, business management and volunteer engagement is in a really cool place right now. And there's a lot of exciting things happening. And we're really shifting as to how organizations view staff, employees, how organizations view the value of volunteers. So I think you can find some really engaging classes that way. In high school, communication classes are important. So debate or speech, even your English and literature classes, because I think learning how to communicate with different types of people is really important. There is an administrative side to my job as well. So I need to be organized and I need to be able to stay on task. There's a lot of times where my work at the computer is interrupted because of something that's happening real time in the barn. So I have to stop what I'm doing, go and attend to that, and then come back. So there's some different skill sets there. So I think, anything that you can take in high school, again, that's business management related, organizational type skills, communication related skills. As far as if you want to become an instructor or a therapist, then I think, again, a lot of those same classes I think are going to support these careers in high school and in college. And if you're at a vocational high school, I think then you have more choices as far as being able to be engaged in an agricultural program, which would be really helpful if you want to learn more about horses. Let's see. Did you have a question, Renee?
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay.
I just wanted to say thank you. I didn't know if you were wrapping up or not, but I wanted to let you know I found this very interesting and thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I can wrap up. I was told it's an hour, so I'm working on filling the space, but I can, whatever you guys need, I'm very flexible.
You answered the questions that our students had. Todd, did she answer all of your questions?
My final question was, do you have any vet or vet tech on premises?
We don't. We do have relationships with vets because we need them for the horses. So we have a regular vet that comes pretty, regularly to do spring shots, fall shots. If we have lamenesses or illnesses in between, we have an emergency vet that we contact as well. And then we also actually, we offer different educational opportunities with vets and vet techs. One of our equine, one of our certified instructors is a vet tech. So I guess she would be on premises when she's teaching. But we also have an opportunity coming up. We're having a day, Middlesex Community College, their vet tech program is coming, students from that program, and they're spending 4 hours here to learn basic things like taking temperature, respiration, pulse of horses, how to restrain horses for the vet. So things that a vet tech would need to know in handling horses. So that's an opportunity that we're offering as well.
Okay. How many horses do you have on the premises?
We have 8 right now. We are actively looking for horses. Typically we run program with 10 or 11 horses. And in these times after COVID, any other horse people will recognize this. It's been really difficult to find horses for programs. So we are actively looking. The best case scenario for us is if somebody is willing to do a free lease or a donation, and then we can work with them. But yes, we have 8 right now.
Nice. I have a little spiel when we're all done. I don't want to cut anyone off, but whenever, just so we don't cut.
I just wanted to add, Valerie, thank you so much, but could you, before we wrap up, just share your contact information again?
So me personally?
Like how would a student that's interested get in touch with you?
Okay. So you can
how would
reach,
a volunteer, go ahead. How would a volunteer get in touch with you?
Sure, yeah. You can go to Hospital for Special Care's website and navigate to the Manes and Motion section, and you can apply online that way. You can reach me by phone, 860-685-0008, and I'm at extension 2. My email is mmvolunteercoordinator@hfsc.org. And those are the best ways to get a hold of me and to reach out.
Great. Thank you so much. I'll mute Todd so you can.
Okay.
Well,
I just want to say thank you very much on behalf of the Middlesex Chamber of Commerce. I am Todd Corey, the chairman of the Business Education Council Partnership. And we serve as a link between businesses and educational leaders in Middlesex County and surrounding towns. Our purpose is to enrich the educational process of our students. Our main Sponsors are Eversource, Pratt Whitney, as Wesleyan University Jewett Center for Community Partnerships, Middlesex Community College. I'd love to thank Valley Regional High School, Ms. Hambor, Ms. Fragola, and of course, Valerie Zajac and ManesAndMotion. Thank you.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate the opportunity. It's very grateful to be involved. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Valerie.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we're
Is there anything else you need
hoping,
from me?
Oh, no, we're hoping maybe next year we'll see you in person.
Oh, that would be lovely. That would be great.
Quick question, Valerie. Do you,
Yeah.
can people just stop in and see you
Um,
guys or no?
That's a great question. It's much better if you can call ahead and schedule a tour. And we're so happy to give tours, myself and our program coordinator, and we also have a group of volunteers that enjoy giving tours. But that's the best way to get the most benefit, just because program is so busy. If you just stop in off the street, we may not be able to give focus to you when you're here. So call us, make a tour. We'll show you around.
Thank you very much.